Good evening. This is Kim with ConsciousChimera.com. Welcome to another episode of Nonfiction Bedtime Stories. And today I'd like to tell you about another really classic book by LaBerge and Reinhold called Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming. And I'll just say a little bit today about lucid dreaming, but not really get into the how-to. The how-to can come in another video. But for this short episode, I'd like to just read a lucid dream to you, one that's actually quite extraordinary, and ask you, how do you know you're not dreaming now? How do you know what state you're in? Are you doing a reality check, or are you just making a guess? How do you really know? So lucid dreaming is the phenomena of being aware that you're dreaming while you're dreaming. And there's various degrees of lucidity. So you may be in a dream and have some awareness of certain things in the dream that just seem off, or an even more intense degree of lucidity where you know it's the dream state itself. And you may decide to go along with it and see what you discover, or you may decide to change the scene or control some aspects of the dream. There's so much you can do. Lucid dreaming is a huge, huge topic. And I really liked this one that in chapter 1, on the very first page of chapter 1 actually, the lucid dream that they shared there, because it was, it had a lot of joy and just, it was really, really rich. So I'll share this one with you. So imagine this. And if you've had lucid dreams before, maybe you've had one like this. I realized I was dreaming. I raised my arms and began to rise. Actually, I was being lifted. I rose through black sky that blended to indigo, to deep purple, to lavender, to white, then to very bright light. All the time I was being lifted, there was the most beautiful music I have ever heard. It seemed like voices rather than instruments. There are no words to describe the joy I felt. I was very gently lowered back to earth. I had the feeling that I had come to a turning point in my life, and I had chosen the right path. The dream, the joy I experienced, was kind of a reward, or so I felt. It was a long, slow slide back to wakefulness, with the music echoing in my ears. The euphoria lasted for several days, the memory forever. So I read this, and this is written by, they cited AF from Michigan. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty powerful lucid dream. It didn't say what triggered it, though. Sometimes when I've been dreaming, I'll just realize I'm dreaming in the dream and get lucidity from there. But other times something really off has to kind of spark that awareness for me. Like one time I found a baby fox in my bedroom. Obviously I'm in the dream state. And I picked this fox up and cuddled it in my bed. And right then I realized, oh, there's no baby fox in my bedroom. I lived in an apartment in Oakland at the time. So I knew I was dreaming. and then the dream continued from there. But sometimes they can just begin that way, or come upon very naturally. Although, on the other hand, some people train in lucid dreaming and try to have lucid dreams, often, and they try really hard, and there's varying degrees of success. So what works for each person is, can be a little different, but there are some key elements which can help people become lucid. And one is a reality check. For example, if I saw a baby fox in my apartment at any time, I would want to know what state I'm in. But more on that later. I don't want to get too off topic. So I'll just read a little bit that the authors wrote. Strange, marvelous, and even impossible things regularly happen in dreams. But people usually don't realize that the explanation is that they are dreaming. Like I said, how do you know you're not dreaming right now? usually doesn't mean always, and there is a highly significant exception to this generalization. Sometimes dreamers do correctly realize the explanation for the bizarre happenings they are experiencing, and lucid dreams, like those recounted above, are the result. So I hope this type of lucid dream inspires you. Not all of lucid dreams are like this one that I read, but that's a really lovely one to keep in mind. So thank you for tuning in for this episode of Nonfiction Bedtime Stories, and I will see you. I'll see you down the line. Okay, sleep well, dream well.